Why did Noah curse Canaan and not Ham? And did Ham assault his own father? In this episode, we're challenging the widely accepted story to uncover a completely different reality hidden in the text. This topic is so controversial that some modern scholars opted to consider it as a mixture of older traditions rather than an accurate account.
The controversial passage.
To understand how we got here, we have to look at the bizarre text itself. In Genesis 9, verses 20 through 24, we read, "And Noah began to be a farmer, and he planted a vineyard. Then he drank of the wine and was drunk, and became uncovered in his tent. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father, and told his two brothers outside. But Shem and Japheth took a garment, laid it on both their shoulders, and went backward and covered the nakedness of their father. Their faces were turned away, and they did not see their father's nakedness. So Noah awoke from his wine and knew what his younger son had done to him. Then he said, 'Cursed be Canaan. A servant of servants he shall be to his brethren.'"
The misconception.
Before we get into the curse of Noah, let's briefly discuss the meaning of Ham seeing his father's nakedness. Many argue this implies a horrific sexual assault, pointing to Leviticus 18, where uncovering nakedness means sexual relations. But Ham didn't uncover Noah. The text says Noah was already uncovered, and Ham merely saw him. There's zero evidence of an assault here.
The twist. Who did what?
When we read verse 24, Noah awoke from his wine and knew what his younger son had done to him, we assume it means Noah's son, Ham. But in Hebrew and Greek, the words used can mean young son or youngest son. And here's the problem. Ham wasn't young. He already had 4 sons of his own. And he wasn't Noah's youngest either. Genesis actually lists him as older than his brother Japheth. So if it couldn't have been Ham the text referred to, who was it? The solution to this entire mystery might actually hinge on a single overlooked word: his. When verse 24 says his son, most assume it means Noah's son. But what if it actually means Ham's son? Ham was mentioned 2 verses earlier. Could verse 24 be actually saying, "And Noah awoke from his wine and knew what Ham's youngest son had done to him"? And this isn't just a wild modern theory. Heavyweight theologians, from the early church father Origen to 17th century scholars like Matthew Poole and John Gill, argued this exact point. Noah did not curse Canaan for something Ham did, because Ham did nothing wrong. Ham may not have been inside his father's tent at all, but only saw him from the outside and told his brothers, which is exactly what the text says. And Ham saw the nakedness of his father and told his 2 brothers outside. Noah cursed Canaan for something Canaan did.
So, what did Canaan do?
We can never know for sure what Canaan did. Did he uncover Noah's nakedness, as in Leviticus 18, suggesting a sexual context? There is no need to adopt this specific interpretation. Canaan probably uncovered his grandfather as a prank, seeing him unconscious from wine. Noah's 2 sons, Shem and Japheth, covered him with their heads turned away to avoid seeing his nakedness, telling us that seeing nakedness in those days was in and of itself a big deal, and Ham probably saw it accidentally. While Shem and Japheth went to great lengths to preserve their father's dignity, Canaan did the exact opposite. In a patriarchal culture from 4,500 years ago that places high honor on fathers, such an act of dishonoring the grandfather was extremely grave and warranted a generational curse.
Conclusion.
Canaan was cursed for his own actions. Notice that his curse was not to be a servant of servants to his brothers, but a slave of slaves. as the word used in the text more accurately translates to slave. By stripping his grandfather of his dignity, Canaan stripped himself of his status. In an ancient culture built on honoring the fathers, Canaan went from being a cherished grandson to the lowest of slaves. Yet, in the New Testament, a Canaanite woman approaches Jesus Christ with strong faith. Instead of rejecting her based on an ancient family curse, Jesus heals her daughter, praising her faith. In Christ, the sons of Canaan can be restored to the status of sons, not of Noah, but of God himself. Indeed, all of us became alienated from God and slaves to sin. But in Christ, we are reconciled to God and are given the right to be called sons of God.